And we'll see if that affects what I have coming in right now. Somehow the time was off on it. So yeah, it's been all on. Well, let me find out because I know people. Let me see. Opinionated, are you there? Let me know you're still there, and if you heard everything we just talked about.
Yeah, I see the comments. I don't think they did. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I can't. That's one thing. While I'm talking, I can't see the. What did they say? Somebody said something about the hour, and that's what made me look at it. Curtis, 6'3" soldier. You guys there? Somebody give me a thumbs up or let me know that it is on now and it wasn't before. And I apologize to you guys for even jumping through that. The fun of live TV or live YouTube. The last time I had it where the comments didn't work, so I just got in and got out very quick. Okay, opinionated. So opinionated, right quick. Did you hear us before or no? Could you see us before? Anybody? Okay, put the time zone with the time.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it thought I could have swore I clicked it, but okay. And I don't know if I need to start all this over again. But anyway, everybody is coming in the room now, and there'll be more people jumping in now that they can see us on too. No, we didn't. Okay, they didn't get it.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. I apologize to Tim and Veronica. So let's start this ball all over again. We've been talking for 15 minutes, and I didn't hit the go live button on both sides. And it's the challenge of this other software, the StreamYard, but it's the best way to bring people on and without an additional cost to it. So, okay, so we're on now. So what we're talking about is any updates that has happened with the Reed case. That's the number one question that I get almost daily. Yeah, we'll see him coming in now. That I get almost daily is, can you give me, somebody actually cursed at me yesterday, and it was a woman. Said, stop playing this shiggity if you're not going to give us an update. You know, in other words, the videos that are out there, people need to know when you put things on YouTube, they're out there. We don't put them on for a week and take them back off. So they're going to be out there, okay, until for some reason we decide to take it down. Okay, Curtis, appreciate it. Stuart, thanks. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we're in. Anybody who jumps in now, do me a favor and go ahead and hit the like button. I also should have at the bottom of the screen, I have the GoFundMe. If you super chat here, that goes to me and my channel. But if you are sending to the Reed family and you want to send to their memorial fund, to their GoFundMe, it's the Timothy Reed Senior Memorial Fund. That's the easiest way. I have the link also if you need it. If you can't find it here for some reason, shoot me an email at dcbornrob@gmail.com and I'll get you in. Then also just a reminder too, for those who are going to Medellin, and there's a lot of people going to Medellin and Colombia, all over Colombia. Still, no matter what anybody says, whatever happens, people still going to go to Colombia. And if you're going to go, just do it safely. If you want to jump in the group, send me your name and WhatsApp number to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. I think I'm caught up now. And remember, if you're going to Medellin, stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe. But again, let's get the ball rolling again. I'm here with Tim Jr. and Veronica Reed, who is Timothy Reed Sr.'s ex-wife, but the mother to two of his children, and they have a good relationship. They co-parented, and she is in the mix daily. And we've been in contact a lot over the past couple of months to figure out what steps are the next best steps to move, to make a move on. And also I have had assistance that I brought this up before. I want to make sure I put this out there because I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos with the brothers in Ecuador, but they reached out to me once they saw us discussing this to see if we could assist. And in both cases, there's a gentleman named O who had, well, that's his initial. Oh, he's like 007 as far as I know. I don't even know what he looks like. Oh, you know, we talk and we text all day long, but I don't even know what he looks like. He could be with the CIA. I don't know, but he is sharp. And without his help, I could not do any of the stuff that we have done. That includes FOIA requests, letters to the embassy, letters to the release. How many release forms have we done, Veronica? Got for Ossoff and then for other people to jump in. Now, I asked the Imam, I don't know if you saw my videos with the brothers, Imam Alfred is in New Jersey. He said he first started watching my channel. He enjoyed the travel. And then when he saw this story is when he just, this was just something he had to get involved with. So he reached out to me and asked, how can he be assisted? How can he be of assistance? So hopefully he's at least watching right now, because I didn't get time to send him the link. But I will try to keep up with some of the comments. So if anybody has any questions or anything, do me a favor, throw it out there. And if I can get to it, I will. But so like we said, let me go ahead and tell the story, unless one of you guys want to tell the story all over again. I didn't think so. Do you?
Go ahead, Rod.
Okay. I know, right? So the entire story began when Timothy Reed Sr. moved to Barranquilla, Colombia. He went to Colombia in December, but he moved to Barranquilla in January. He began the process of opening a business. He wanted to open a restaurant, as he had a restaurant here in the States, in Atlanta. He wanted to open a restaurant in Barranquilla. He purchased a property. The property had 3 or 4 apartments above, one of which he was living in with his, at the time, girlfriend. And it had a restaurant below. And during that time, it was still during the COVID time. It was still during lockdown. They still had lockdowns. And the unique thing about this case is he vlogged every step of his journey. He wanted to encourage others to, if you want to move here, do the same thing. So if this is what you are looking at, if you're looking into moving, if you're looking into seeing how quickly you can get a visa, or you can get your cédula, which is your Colombian ID, or you can get incorporated. He did it. He got incorporated twice. I actually did it on his sole proprietorship, and he had to change it to a corporation. But we watched it each step of the way. And the person that was holding the camera was his girlfriend at the time, Heidi Marie. That's where you see most of the videos, and you go, why is nobody's face in the video? Well, she took all the videos. This person also is still living in the property right now. And what happened was, 3 months and 1 day after meeting this young lady, he met her January 19th. On April 20th, he was killed across the street from his newly purchased property. That Friday before his murder, the murder happened on Tuesday. That Friday is the day that he put most of his videos out in completion. Here's all the troubles he had, all the stress he had. And he literally looked over his shoulder when he mentioned certain people. The owner had just taken his check. He says, I purchased the property. The property is mine. It's a lockdown weekend, so we can't do anything over the weekend. It's a curfew. He can't, but he has to sign some money on Monday. That Monday, which we did not know until a few weeks ago, he did not sign that paperwork. So officially, the deed never transferred hands. I think that's the best explanation, Veronica, that they gave. The deed didn't change hands. Yes. Because it was some other document that he had to sign. So, and then the following day, he was killed. So, literally they could have moved in that, they couldn't have been in a property for 1 day. And I think that's when she got, Heidi Marie got upset with me when she said, well, we were living together. People say I moved in after he was killed. And I said, you didn't move in Friday. You didn't move in over the weekend because of the lockdown. Monday, you had to sign some paperwork. The best you could have lived there was for 1 day. And that's when she just went haywire. A lot of people are placing blame here and there. I cannot. I mean, we don't know what happened. We don't know. Supposedly, as of a few weeks ago, also, there was a reward put up for to help find the perpetrators. And as a matter of fact, if you recall the brothers that I'm working with in Ecuador, we actually discussed that at the end of our first video. And he made a comment that I said I was going to pull that clip and play it. So I'm going to play it here if I can find it.
What I've learned with these parts of the countries, if you want to get to the bottom of that situation for that brother, you have to find somebody that's on the street who knows who run that community.
Yep.
You need who knows, because what happens is in these parts of the world, everything is by ordinance. Like you can't, what they use is activate, like active, right? So they kind of working similar to the Italian mob out here. Like I can't go and do you anything without permission.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have some, because you know those guys are dealing with pesos over there. So if you have somebody go on the ground and put money in the person who's running that community, you're going to get the shooter and why it was done.
So I think that was good feedback because they do run like that. The organization, somebody knows what happened. You know, only one news source to have the license plate number of the motorcycle, and then there's like 2 or 3 different variations. But the last reach out from the Fiscalia, from the prosecutor to me anyway, stated that they did not have a tag number. And they didn't explain anything about do they have video. They said they had video that first day, but no one's seen any video. So we don't know what's been done from that side. So for those who keep asking what's been going on from that side, has anyone found anybody? I mean, you know, what's going on the research? Right now, no. That I'm aware of, no. And Veronica or Tim Jr., you let me know if you guys have heard something from your end, but it's been, yeah. Mum's the word. I did a video not too long ago about when you leave the country, I want you to know you're on your own. You're on your own. When you leave and you think, I always thought, we always take the risk when we go abroad or when we leave our city or whatever, or go into another neighborhood, we take the risk. But in the back of my mind, I always thought that the US government would stand behind us. And, you know, just like in the movies, if I can just make it to the embassy, they're going to look out for me. Hasn't been that way. It's been nothing, and you tell me if you agree, Veronica, it's been nothing but pushback from the beginning to now. They have, and the last time I reached out to them, they didn't reach back at all. At all. So they normally give you an automatic response, and then, you know, that comes that same day, and it's some generic things. Right. If you need, they'll give you a list of attorneys, and then there's a disclaimer that says, we don't recommend these disclaimers, you know. It's so absurd. The minimal they can do is what they're doing. They're not even doing the minimal. I think these are all my opinions. Again, I don't even think they're doing the minimal. I think they're doing less than the minimal. I think they're trying to avoid doing work. And you know, I wonder. I know their job is to give out passports, and you know, and I'm sure they're making money on passports. I'm told they take money for passports. You know, say there's only a certain amount of passports that are going to be given out, but they still take money for 10 times more, knowing that they can only give out a certain few. I don't know if that's true. If somebody here, if you can comment, tell me if that's true or not. There's people know way more about that than I do, but give me some feedback from you guys also. I'll try to get through some of the comments in a second. Do me a favor, if you're in here, we have 95 people in the room right now. If you'll hit like, you can hit like, and you know, just X out of the comments, hit like, and then go back to live chat, and you're back here again too. So we'll open it up to questions in a second. But again, and I asked this before the cameras were turned on, but Tim Jr., how have you been? How have you been since everything has happened over the past few months? What's been going on?
I mean, yeah, I'm good, Rob. Just dealing with a lot over here. Been going through therapy, just taking it all in. But I'm just happy I'm still around. So yeah.
Yeah. And Veronica, and for those who don't know, Veronica is Tim Sr.'s ex-wife and mom to 2 of his kids, and they co-parented together. They had a friendship, and he had just little by little, I found out some things too. He had just been there prior to going up there and giving that check. And so this is Timothy's ex-wife, Veronica. Veronica, how are you, and how have you been?
I'm doing good, thank you. Just concerned about the boys. They are making it. You know, they're young men. However, you know, they try to still have their life outside of, you know, being here and, you know, worrying about what's going on there or what's going on with me, because pretty much like TJ, they had to step away for a minute as well. That's why I stepped in, because, you know, I'm not going to let this go unsolved. I'm going to be here for all 3 of the boys. And I saw some of the comments, you know, earlier stating, well, why am I involved? I'm involved because of my boys, basically. And of course, Tim, we were married 13 years, you know, even though we were divorced for the last 9 years, we were friends, have kids together. We have families that still love each other. And I'm doing all that I can do for my boys. And I'm here for them. They're my first priority. And making sure things go as good as they can for Timothy Senior.
Yeah, I can attest that you have jumped in, and we've had, how many emails would you say we've had in the past 2 months, 3 months? Shoot, hundreds, I'm sure.
Hundreds.
It's a lot,
Yeah.
and CCing the whole law firm, and I don't know how many people at the law firm that CC, but there's a whole chain. So if I didn't mention it after we finally got live, the property, the number one question everybody said, well, who owns the property? Follow the money, follow the money. Who owns the property? The property was not, the property was not, did not change hands from the prior owner to Tim Senior, because he needed to sign something else. So officially the deed didn't get transferred, I think is a statement in how they categorized it. But it did not get transferred over. So the owner has had the property and $192,000 US. And I don't recall the exact statement. I'd be paraphrasing if I did, but I think it was something to the effect of, oh, I couldn't find the family. I think it was a statement, something like that. I had no contact with her, no way of reaching the family, something like that. Even though he knows that Heidi Marie is still living in the property with her family, and she did the Zoom funeral, and she has communicated with you guys at least once. So I don't know, but officially right now, the attorneys from your attorneys are working with his attorneys to get all the paperwork signed and documented and notarized and whatever to turn the property over to the kids, to the boys.
Correct. That's correct.
That's what we're working for right now. Now, Heidi Marie wants to throw a wrench in there by saying that possibly she wants to claim that she's married. Now, I want everybody who sees this video and who has watched the videos prior with my interview with the Reed family, or me just doing videos on it, or my interviews with Heidi Marie, I want you to go back to those videos where I interviewed her, and she said numerous times, no, I don't know nothing. I don't have anything to do with it. I don't know, even though she was his official interpreter, she was there for every official signing, everything that, and you saw when he passed a check on that she was there interpreting. When they were at the notary, she was there interpreting. So she knows everything. That I won't let slide. It's a fact. She was involved in everything. But for her to attempt to throw this up after in those videos, and go back and watch those videos, and you'll count how many times. I didn't have enough time to pull the audio off, but she said numerous times, we're not married. We weren't married. We're not married. We never got married. We were going to get married next week. We were going to get married next week. And she said that a few times. And so much so that the video was, I forget, about an hour. So I broke it into two. After the first one, and I don't know if I told you this. I think I told you, Veronica. After I posted the first one, she called me the following morning before the second one posted. We were out at swim with the kids, and she said, she had been calling, ringing, and I noticed what's going on. She said, don't do me a favor, cut out the part where I said, I don't know anything about it, or I don't know anything about the money, or whatever. I was asked to cut that out of it. And I didn't say anything about it then because it wasn't pertinent. But now, when you start adding 1, 2, and 3, the logical step is 4. So it's some sketchiness going on that side. She's living in the property rent free. Again, I can't say anybody committed the crime for sure. I can't say that she's guilty. I can't say the owner of the property is guilty, the owner of the restaurant, the tenants, or I can't say any of that. No, none of us can, because we don't know. We just don't know. But for anybody who's trying not to look guilty, she's trying more like anything, trying to look guilty. I mean, every step she takes, she's looking guilty. But that's just my opinion. That's what's on this channel. You send all the negative remarks to me. I can take it. Let's see what comments we have in here. Did you guys want to add anything? Because I'm doing all the talking.
Not right now.
Okay, let's see what we go in. And any comments that are inappropriate or just downright stupid will be deleted and you will be banned from the channel. I'm just going to put that out there. I had to do that a few times before. Sometimes people, I don't know, some people, I don't know, just some people. Okay, I don't know if you can see he's at the bottom. Wall Street, Reggie says, anything to get justice for this brother, I'll be tuned in. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. We got 6'3" soldier, Curtis Lake. So we got a few DC people in the house. Okay, the opinionated says, I hope there's some progress being made. Okay, well, it's okay. Love the hard work you're doing for our African-American brothers. You know what? One thing I talked about with the imam was, what do we do from here to change things in the future for travelers who go abroad? Any person. I don't care about color, black, white, whatever. Anybody who goes abroad and thinks that we have the assistance of our government, and we don't. You're on your own, remember. What about starting a PAC? I brought this up before, and I will take all feedback. Send me if you are familiar with starting a PAC, a political action committee, because, and I've spoken to a few people in government that will tell you that's how it's done. That's how you grease the wheels. You give $7,000, $8,000 to a congressman, he's more liable to answer your phone. That's America. I mean, that's how our system runs. You're more liable. It's very difficult to get them on the phone themselves, and they should give them $100,000 or $50 whatever $1,000, and they get them. But their staffer is just as important. They're the ones that actually do the hard work. The senior staffer, number one, and then their other staffers. Those are the ones that work on behalf of the constituents. Again, my opinion, congressmen and senators are doing what they can to get elected again. They're too busy running from the moment they win. I personally, again, my opinion, you don't like it, but I think they are working to get elected again. So they need that money. And now they made it so that PACs, you can accept money from anybody for anything. You can accept money from the Klan. It don't matter. And they're hidden, and you don't even know who sent that money. So there's two or three different, at least two different types of PACs. One is where it has to be certain organizations, and then others from just the general public. So I think we need that as travelers, because I'm a traveler, and those who watch this channel are travelers, and we go abroad, and it's just something you have to be concerned with. I just got back from Europe a few days ago, and I'm concerned. Wherever I go, I'm going, I watch people getting ripped off playing the little game. I watch people almost get pickpocketed. So what's going to happen? What's your recourse? What if you get robbed? What if you get scoped? Somebody throws a drug on you, the scopolamine. Who are you going to call? And right now I'm not seeing any help. If anybody knows of any help out there, you think the U.S. government, and especially in the beginning when this first broke, a lot of the comments were, why don't you go to the embassy? Call the embassy. Call the embassy. And yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you the embassy, I won't say what I think fully, but I'll just say that I think they're doing less than they can. I think they have been avoiding the work that we asked them to do. Logical things that are in their law books, what they're supposed to do. We've quoted, this is your rule, okay? We didn't make it up. Your rule. You're supposed to do this and help with the transfer of property and all this. And the best you can do is get a passport. It's, by the way, Veronica, have you heard anything on the container?
No, I have. Last time I spoke with the guy from the embassy, his first question is always, have I found a legal firm or attorneys to represent us? That is the first or second question that he asks all the time. So the last time I spoke with him, he said that they were looking into it and that they would get back with us. They were supposed to get back with me to let me know how many bins there were, about how much it weighed, and how would we get it started to bring it back over here. He did tell us that it came over by sea, of course, and that it would cost a bit of money to get it back. But he never got back with me to tell me how much money it would be. What is our next step? He just asked me, do I have an attorney yet? And that our attorneys should be able to handle that for us.
And you know why he was asking
So I
that,
guess
right? You know why he was asking that question, right?
They don't want to do what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. They want, oh, you have an attorney? Oh, well, we'll send everything over to the attorney. Your attorney will handle everything from here. That way they don't have to do anything. So you do not have an attorney as far as the criminal part is right now, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So they should still be doing their job. They should still be doing their job. We'll hopefully again, we'll jump on a conference call with O again and see what our next steps can be, who we need to go after again. How much pressure do we need to lean on the senators again? Because, you know, I truly believe the squeaky wheel gets the oil. I've been squeaking all my life. I was that baby that was crying. Pay attention to me. I'm that one. So I don't mind calling and emailing and asking viewers to call and email and not harass them, but asking them to do their job. I mean, what more than an American being killed abroad? What's more important than that? So, and I was going to say, and I wrote this down, you know why that question is, do you have an attorney? It's the same thing when you walk into a doctor's office or a hospital. What's the first question they ask you? Do you have insurance? Same thing. Because then that relieves them of having okay, we can continue on. You have insurance? Okay, we can continue on. Well, you have an attorney? Then you move to this line over here. We don't have to deal with it anymore. Let's see what else. Okay, let me get past the beginning. Any comments, any questions that want to come out to the family? We have 119 people in the room. Do me a favor, hit like, exit out of chat, hit like, and then go live chat, and you're back in again. Okay. Let me see. Okay, you can hear just a minute ago. Good evening, you guys. Now we're live. Okay. Woohoo updates. So people have been asking for updates about this more than anything. Any updates on the Reed family? Any updates? Okay. Thanks for the grooves. Okay. Who has the money and who has the property? Well, the prior owner, as of today, the prior owner still has the property and still has Timothy's money. Now, I'm going to guess that Timothy had more money than what he purchased the property for, because he would still have to have work done to that property to fix it up, to get people out, to advertise, moving somebody else in. We don't even know if the other tenants are still on the property. We know Heidi Marie, his girlfriend, who is now claiming that she possibly she's a wife, which she's got to prove. And because it hasn't been the 2-year mark for that, she should not be a wife. And again, go back and look at the video when I interviewed her. She said numerous times, we're not married. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about anything, even though she was there every step of the way. So there's your answer. The prior owner still has the money and he still has the property. Is he accepting rent money? We don't know. Is she paying rent? I'm going to guess no. How is she allowed to stay there is one thing I'd like to ask him. How is she allowed to stay there rent free? That's just one of my questions. So Stuart says, so at this point in time, they have the property and his money. Yeah, at this point in time, yes. But we're working to rectify that now. Veronica is working to get that changed as soon as possible. And he says again, so he paid for the property but didn't get ownership of it. Yeah. And that was the biggest question that stood out to all of us. We did not know. Did he sign that paperwork on Monday? What was that paperwork that needed to be signed? But yeah, he did not. And we were just speaking about the container. If you're not familiar, if you watch those videos again, that last one that he posted on the morning of his death, he posted all those videos. He stated, as he looked off the side, he's like, oh, I have my cookers coming too, my smokers. Where am I going to put them? His smokers were huge. So to get that to another country, he had to put it in a container and ship it, put it on a ship to get it down there. So that container, turns out, had been sitting there because he said later that month, sure enough, I think Heidi Marie even said like a month later, it's been there since the 25th. Give me ownership of it so I can, something stupid like that. Give me ownership of it. What did she say, Veronica?
She wanted me to sign up some papers or sign something so she could go down and get the bin, or she stated that she can go and check on the bin for us. And because I didn't know what it was, and well, she said she didn't know what it was, but according to the embassy, big as that container is, I'm assuming it is the smokers and the grills. I can't think of anything else it could possibly be, but I would not do that. I didn't sign over anything for her to go and do anything. You know, I was working with the embassy for them to get back with me, which they never did. So I'm assuming that it's there. But earlier that we thought that it may go, they put it in an area because no one would come and pick it up. But they do know that we are working on trying to get it back here in the States. So I'm assuming it's just sitting there waiting for us to do what we do to get it back over here.
Yeah, that's the next pressing question, I think, is to make sure it's not too late. You know, because if it's been sitting there too long, they'll charge you storage or whatever, and you forfeit it. Just like if you leave your stuff at a, what do you call it, a rental place, a storage place, then they have the right to take it if it's been there for 90 days or something like that. Let's just hope we haven't gotten to that point right now. But yeah, so that if you watch that video of his last video that morning where he's like, my smokers are coming. And he probably had clothing and whatever else he owned that was still in the States, he probably put in that container to ship there. And now she wants it. And she thinks she has rights to. She knew him for 3 months. I want to put that out there. If you don't recall, she knew him. Not that they had been in this serious relationship for a long period of time. She just met him 3 months prior. I'm trying. I know I'm told to watch what I say. So I know somebody's going to give me grief, but it is what it is. The opinionator says Colombian marriage law is very complex and different from the United States. It is. And I did a video, so much so I did a video with the attorney having him explain the 4 different ways, you know, in a church or in a ceremony or the judge or the common law, which is supposed to be married for 2 months. I'm sorry, for 2 years, 2 years. Okay, is Noah. Thank you, DC Rob. Don't forget about this case. I get this every day, guys. I want you guys to know that somebody every day is commenting almost, hey, can you get an update? Can you give me an update? Can you give us some information? Pat Vega says, my deepest condolences for you and yours. Pat also says, no justice for the family. Here's a good question. We just discussed it too. AO Zone, is the embassy offering any updates at all on the investigation? You want to answer that one, Veronica?
They called and told me something. This was maybe 2 months ago. Recently, I found out what I was told was not true. It wasn't true at all. They had tried to give me updates regarding this partial tag number and that they had some witnesses to come forward. And none of that was true. None of that was true. My attorneys, they did, reach out and talk with someone at the embassy as well, but they don't give them that much information as well. But I did find out that that was not true. So I don't know if they was just telling me that for us to get off their backs or what, but it wasn't true. And we were real upset about that because, we thought things were moving along like they should have. And then all of that, it wasn't true at all.
So the embassy actually said, yeah, we have a couple of suspects. I remember that. It's been about 2 months.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, we have a couple of suspects. We're working it. There's going to be an announcement soon, right? It was like,
Right.
they made it seem like it was days and it was pending, which pushes us back. And almost like the brothers in Ecuador, tranquilo, chill out, calm down, just hang on, wait, we're working. And then we only have 2 guys working this, and then we only have 1 person in the embassy that's working
Correct.
this. And then it's been drop the ball after drop the ball after drop the ball. Okay, Pat says, not much talk anywhere in Colombia. Hush, hush. Okay, here's a question. Did the family lawyer give hope of a positive outcome? Veronica?
Yes, as well as the property. That's what we're working on right now. And earlier, maybe before we went live, we're in the process of making appointments now for the boys to go. I don't know what just happened. We're making appointments for the boys to go and sign paperwork, so the property can be transferred over to them. TJ does have his appointment to go to the consular, and we're waiting for 2 other appointments for the 2 younger boys to go here in Georgia, their appointment as well.
What
So
actually
that
is
is the
done?
hope that.
What's actually
I'm
done at
sorry?
the appointment? What is actually has to be done at the appointments?
It's I guess the paperwork where the something is coming up here on my screen. The appointment is for I think it's something that the sellers there that they're sending to the different consulars where TJ needs to go and where the boys needs to go, and they're signing where they're supposed to sign as far as receiving the property from the seller.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Chris says, any updates on the pictures? By pictures, are you referring pictures? Are you referring to the picture that was taken of Timothy from behind? Or if there's something else, you got to let me know. I've heard nothing about the pictures, and it seems like that would have been the first place they go. They knock on the door of that house and go, hey, what's up with taking the pictures? That should have been the first thing, but there's been no notification. And it took, I don't know how many letters, to the Fiscalia there and the mayor to get that response back from the Fiscalia. I'm not sure if I read it last time, but I think I did a little bit of it. But the Fiscalia is the prosecutor there. But nothing about pictures, nothing about evidence. And the most that we've gotten, which turned out to be not true, was what Veronica just stated, that the embassy said about 2 months ago, that they were going to announce something in a few days, and that information was coming in and that they're working on it. Something was going to happen soon, that they had something to show, and they did. Okay, Colombiana, don't trust government. Okay. All are tried of the lies. Yeah, I bet. Okay, thanks for staying on top of it. This pack, unfortunately, quite a great tool to make things happen. Man, unfortunately, yeah. It's the way, I've learned over the past few months since this began, this is how government operates. It doesn't, you have to pay. It's like, you have to pay, from what I see it anyway, and I'm just talking. It's like you have to pay your congressman to do their job and pay their senator to take your phone calls. I know they have a lot of constituents, but we had a lot of people reach out to them on your behalf. And for them to just drop the ball is, to me, it's unacceptable, but I don't know. It says, okay. Vega says, that means they must not be investigating. Yeah. What are the Barranquilla authorities doing to help resolve the case? And that, again, we don't know. We don't know. And then we're told that there's not a lot of police there. you know, and what
Right,
happens
only
is,
two.
yeah, yeah, and I don't know if you both know, it's recently. I mean, let's say this year, there's been a lot of crime down there. I mean, they're desperate. Desperate people do desperate things. But mostly in that area, from what we have found, from what O has brought to my light, a lot of it is extortion. You know, they go to business owners and say, you're going to pay this certain amount, and it's the gangs that run the neighborhood. And like one of the brothers said in that video I played, you know, you got to get to those people and say, hey, you know, that's who you pay the the money to, and say, hey, here's 5,000 pesos. Who did it? And they should tell you. Okay. Man, great info about PACs. Hope we get justice for this king. Amen. I like the super PAC idea. I'm interested in supporting. Yes, and there's a lot to it. A lot to learn. I know a lot to learn from my end. I don't know how it starts. I don't know if you just sign up for PAC 01 and you start it up and you start generating funds. I don't know how it works. But I think it needs to be for anyone who's traveling abroad, not necessarily just to Colombia, but for like the brothers in Ecuador or people who are in Panama or Dominican. We need assistance out there other than just us making phone calls on their behalf. Because as you can see, we had a lot of people reach out, a lot of people make phone calls, a lot of people send emails to the congressmen and the senators. And we're still at the point where information is a struggle. But I mean, what do you guys think about a PAC anyway? I don't know how familiar you are, you know, with government and so on. I don't even watch news anymore. I'm on a news diet for the past month, and I feel good. I feel lighter. But what do you guys think about a PAC? Tim, what do you think? Is that a good idea? Is it, I mean, or do you have any other ideas?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not too familiar with the IPACs and all that. Just to be honest with you. But I feel like, yeah, that would definitely be a good idea to expand further and get more people awareness and things of that nature. So when things like this do happen, it's easier to, you know, help out.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen recently, and we can show cases too, where people get released or things get dropped or the ball starts turning simply because of a phone call from a congressman or a senator or even a staffer. Hey, yes, this is Joe Smith. I am the senior staffer for Menendez. He's the head of the Foreign Service Committee or whatever. And if a phone call comes from that staffer to the embassy, stuff gets done like that.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't know why it has to be that way, but I don't know why money has to play a part in it. But it's looking like that's how the game is played. We're not going to change the game. I'm not going to change the game. I know, just little me. So you have to play within the rules. You know, let's swim like the salmon. They're going his way, so we got to play that game and figure out how best to fit into that scheme because it's already established. For those who think the embassy is going to help you out, think again. That's all I can say. I'm only going from experience on these two cases. I had no experience dealing with an embassy prior to this. I had no experience getting blown off like this. I mean, I'm in sales. I get blown off for a living. But having your government blow you off personally, to the point now they don't even respond to my email. They tried to say, well, now you're part of the media. And, you know, go back over and ask your questions over to the Department of State and have them answer the questions. And then they're only going to tell me nothing, really, nothing that I can use. Okay, because it's easy. You can contact the press office and say, what's the comment on this? Give me a comment on that. And they go, well, no comment, or we're working tirelessly. That's our comment. And working tired. Well, how are you doing that? And well, you know, we'll be going back and forth every couple of hours if that was. They will answer your questions, but they won't answer it
direct
answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just they're all over the place. Okay. Jesse says, I feel that Tim Reed been another ethnicity, more exposure and investigation regarding the case would have taken place, point blank. I hear you. Well, we can't say that's for sure. I mean, we only go by what we experience in life, and that's how we make those decisions. I would assume that's how you made that decision yourself. We don't know what's inside anyone's mind, but we do know that certain people and certain celebrity brings more attention to it. In which case they get leaned on harder. Whereas a phone call from a certain family may get action, a phone call from us may not. Unfortunately. Okay, Black American Expat Radio says, salute and keep fighting the good fight. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us too. Jesse says, put pressure on the Colombian government. One thing the embassy's standard response is, we don't get involved in other countries, political issues and laws, legal activities. I forgot the exact phrase, but I know you guys have heard it. They don't get involved in this. So best we can do is they try to tell you what they're supposed to do. But when we quote, you're supposed to do this, and that, then they don't answer you. You just stop responding. I'm disappointed, if you can't tell, in our government from that point of view. But I'm learning. Yeah, it's a game. I'm learning how to play the game. But you guys are seeing firsthand, and it's sad because you guys are the affected ones. You guys are the ones with the loss, and to not be assisted by our government. I mean, I know they have a lot of things on their plate, but again, a phone call can make a lot of difference. And I think they have time for a phone call. That's just me. Because I used to watch TV. I'll say that. I used to watch the news, and I see they don't do jack. They always taking a day off, a 4-day weekend, and they're trying to raise more money. Okay. Pat Vega says, GoFundMe page for justice. Okay. And while these are up here, I'm losing the banner. So again, for the Timothy Reed GoFundMe, it is Timothy Reed Senior Memorial Fund. It does go. It's going to go directly to the attorneys, right, Veronica?
Yes, we're sending money to the attorneys now. Yes.
Every little thing is a process when it deals with attorneys. Man, it's like I'm getting to see that up close. It's a lot has been a challenge. Okay, somebody says, I had an issue in Jamaica a few years ago. The U.S. Embassy was useless. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, vote with your feet, dcbornrob. There's a media network called True Crime Daily that covers crime journalism. Perhaps we can try to get Timothy's story on that network. I don't know if I've tried that one. Have you guys tried that one or reached out to any other ones that I'm not aware of?
No, I did notice that comment, and it definitely stood out to me. I did send a side message for us to look into that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. And over the first couple of months, I know people were sending me stuff. Have you reached out to Roland Martin? Have you reached out to Anderson Cooper? Have you reached out to so-and-so, the president of Morehouse, which I'm extremely disappointed in that whole Morehouse men thing. Let me ask you, Tim, because you're Greek too. So what do you think about Morehouse? What do you think about how they've reacted? Let's put it, or not reacted.
Oh man, you put me on the spot here.
Facts.
Yeah, okay, I'll stick to the facts. So, but yeah, I am extremely disappointed in their lack of not being supportive. I do know, like, I've had my sister from my mother's side, she went to Spelman as well. So I've even tried to reach out to the whole Spellhouse community myself. So it's just been lackadaisical, let's just say that. And I hate to say this, but it's making us as HBCUs look bad as a whole. I didn't go to HBCU myself, but I am a big support of HBCUs for sure. So I'll just say that. Be careful.
Oh, I get it. Veronica, any thoughts on Morehouse?
Pretty much feeling like TJ, we did reach out and we spoke to a couple of people. They gave us some information. They told us of people who we could call that could possibly help us. And well, Tim Sr., of course, he went to Morehouse, graduated from Morehouse, and both of my boys and myself are HBCU graduates as well. But it's only so much that they can do. We like to throw those names around and we hope that they could do more, but it's just so much that they could do.
Well, who did you speak to? If you don't want to throw them under the bus, that's fine. I'll do all the throwing.
No, I don't remember his name, but he wasn't like the president or vice president. He might have been like president of student affairs or something in that nature. I don't remember his name, but he was a young guy and he did reach out. It's like, well, let us know if it's anything else that we could do. He pretty much does, as far as some of our local politicians here, who you reach out, and this person did attend Morehouse, that person. And we went that route. We've sent emails and phone calls to our representatives here, and they have actually got involved. They make calls to the embassy, but of course the embassy will give them the runaround as well. So I don't know if it's just that particular politician that's calling or how that part works. But they'll get the same information that the embassy has told us, that it's only so much that they can do, and that we've sent release papers all over the place. So I'm pretty sure they have release papers, for all of these politicians to call and get information, but they're just not getting the information to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I know, and especially those first few weeks when it came to, people would say just, like True Crime Daily, reach out to them, or Roland Martin, or you name it. As soon as I would see that email, I would go search it and send an email. And I had, I got to the point where I'm sending so many, I had to have prepared responses, and maybe change it from a he to a she or whatever, but I had to have pre-prepared emails and text and tweets. I've tweeted everybody.
Right.
I don't even know how to tweet. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how to tweet. I don't know how to Instagram. I have Instagram. I have Twitter. I don't know how to use them. If you look for me there, good luck with that, because I don't know how to use them. But gone after all of them. The president, people say, oh, I know the president. Or I know somebody who knows the president of Morehouse. And I tried to shame them. What's this Morehouse men stuff? I have a buddy I went to high school with, went to Morehouse. So I'm aware of Morehouse and Spelman and all that. Didn't go, but that whole Morehouse, that mystique, that Morehouse men. They have YouTube groups. They have younger graduates of 21, graduates of 22. I joined that group and sent the same thing to them. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What can you do? What can you do? Nothing. That's just been my response. Nothing. So I'm disappointed in Morehouse. For those who think because he graduated at Morehouse that Morehouse would stand up, and even so much as what can they do legally? Not much they can do, but what they can do is bring the story to light, bring it to mainstream media.
Yeah, they have connections for sure.
Exactly.
So I definitely, I will say this. I will say they did do their due diligence to try to reach out on our behalf, but I feel like if anybody's at fault here, it's the Colombian government. But there is other outlets or media outlets that they could have reached out to, because I know a whole list of people that they have access to, lack of better words. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have some name brand, from Spike Lee to Sam Jackson. I mean, a comment from one of these people, and I wrote to Spike Lee and Sam Jackson. I said, why not? All they can do is say no, even if they get it or not. I mean, I just send stuff out to everybody and see somebody has to step up. I'm big on right is right. I mean, it's as simple as that. That's how I was raised, and that's just how it is. Right is right, and the squeaky wheel gets the oil. you know, you got to act up a little bit. I don't mind doing that. I take the heat in the comments sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, Curtis says, what are the steps to getting the Reed Sons property or return of the money from housing since the owner still owns it? So if you just came on, then they're actually filling out the paperwork. They have appointments to meet at, I don't know, are you meeting at the embassy here, the consulate, the embassy in Georgia, in Atlanta?
For me,
Or you have to go to Oklahoma, right? To the embassy there?
I have to go to a separate embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say that there's not one here in Oklahoma. There's only so many. I think it's like 11 in America, Colombia.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
It's
have to go
about
to a Colombian embassy?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, so yeah, so they're still going through signing the paperwork to have the owner turn the deed over to the kids. Okay, I got this one a lot. Boycott traveling to Colombia. Their pockets were hurt for sure. The people aren't going to boycott. Some people will, you know, some people with a conscience, but for the most part, people are going to go. People are going to go. I mean, it's just the way it is. I know people are going to go. Just go safely. Now, if you're going to boycott anybody, boycott Barranquilla. But I'm not saying do that. I just know I'm not going to Barranquilla anytime soon. Now they know who I am. So I'll be back in Medellin soon, but I'm not going to Barranquilla. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Jesse Nick says, that's okay. Some Trope says, my condolences. Stewart says, as I understand it, Colombian law is that the kids inherit the property, but as it was never actually transferred officially into Tim's ownership, I can't see it happening, unfortunately. Well, it's happening. It is happening. It will be.
The seller has agreed to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not fighting it. So
right.
His only slide was to say, well, I couldn't contact them. You know, so he's been holding that money, or I don't know, did he leave it in the bank? Who knows? But like I said before, I'm sure Tim Sr. did not go down there and just with $192,000 buy the property and now he doesn't have any money. No, I'm sure he had some other funds. And where are those funds? Who's spending those funds? Who's got the credit cards? Because the embassy didn't pick up anything. I think the embassy, the only thing they returned to you was the passport.
The passport. That's it.
If we find out, well, I'll leave that alone.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with that. I am curious how much of the 192,000 will ED, I don't know, end up or will be left. I don't know. Let me ask you this. Once you get the property, you're going to sell it?
I honestly think that's the best thing to do. Just due to all kind of circumstances, and due to the area where the property was, I think it's the best thing. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other words, you're not moving, Tim, to Barranquilla. Yeah.
No, I never was.
Yeah.
No.
They have good parts, I'm told. This was just one of the areas that was challenged.
Right.
Okay. Marco says they got their money. Who is going to charge her rent? Well, maybe not. Okay. Do I go full on? Maybe she shouldn't be there. Maybe she should have moved on with her kids and got a job. Again, just me talking. When I speak, remember, I'm not speaking for the family. I'm speaking for me. So I'm a little more boisterous, but I'm still trying to watch what I say. So check me if I say something wrong. Okay. Americans will always be a walking ATM card. New York Marine, Luis. Luis is my moderator in our group chat. Is the Colombian police being cooperative with the family in terms of progression of the case? How about the U.S. government? You want to answer that, guys?
I haven't spoken with any of the police from over in Colombia.
Mm-hmm. And just so you know, I also emailed the police chief or brigadier, whoever he was, the guy
The
that was in the
major.
video. What's his name?
I forget his name, but I think he's like the major, the one that was supposed to be working with us regarding the rents, well, the money that we were going to put up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the one that was in the videos up front of, that spoke. By the way, for everybody who watches YouTube videos and you watch things in Spanish, you can always go down and hit CC, closed caption, and turn it to English. I put it in a few videos. If you have questions, send it to me, or look it up on YouTube. That's why I learned everything on YouTube. Type in, how do I turn on closed captions and from Spanish to English? And it'll show you. So it's never a literal. I mean, it's a struggle sometimes reading it. He, she, sometimes they mistake he for she, but still, you can get the gist of what the story is. So if you want to hear go back and look at those videos. We have them all. If you want to go back and look at those videos, then so be it. That's how you want to do it. Turn on the closed captions. Let me see, New York Marines. Pat Vega, thank you for the super chat, sir. I always knew from the beginning. Let's see. Oh, did I click on it? I always knew from the beginning that she sounded fishy. She sounded more than fishy. Just me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm more pissed at myself because when I first talked to her, I bought into that crap. I bought into it. I mean, I had to be sensitive because I don't know. I didn't know what was going on at that time, and so I had to respect her as having lost someone, which she did. We just didn't know all what we know right now. Let's just put it that way. And when you go back and you look at her again, look at that video. We are not married. We weren't married. She was in the other video with the other YouTuber, Babbitt. We weren't married. And on his video, I want everybody to know when you see that the type says the closed caption says we were married. No, she said we weren't with her accent. She said we weren't married. They were not married. Is what she said numerous times in my videos. We're not married. I know nothing about money. I don't know what was going on. And I asked her, so does the prior owner keep the place and the money? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't. Then she goes out and gets a tattoo, which again, she's got no money. Who out there broke is going to get a tattoo? Last I checked, they ain't cheap even there. And I've had one done there. Again, just me, not you guys. I'm talking because when I saw that last email, Veronica, I forgot where I was. I was in another country. I was pissed. Okay. Let's see. Pat, thank you, sir. New York Marine, thank you for that, sir. Bro. Again, let me go back to, okay, we're at Pat Vega. Let me go back. If you want to donate, and I guess we don't see that right now, but if anybody wants to donate to the Timothy Reed Senior Memorial Fund, that's the name of the GoFundMe right there. If you need the link, it's a short one. Maybe you can copy this too. I guess that takes you straight there. This is my first foray even dealing with a GoFundMe before. And again, as Veronica says, the money is going towards the attorney and the money is not a lot of money because we were unable to take it to that next level. And that's where we needed somebody from Morehouse or the AP reporter that was helping us out. We needed somebody to take it to that next level. And, and we weren't going to let it go. But at some point, you got to say, I mean, we just need to fall into something right now is what I'm thinking at this point. We need to, and good things can't happen just on a humble. So I'm expecting something good to just pop up for us, meaning someone take that story to the next level. When am I going to Guatemala? I don't know. As soon as I can. I love Guatemala. I love, if you've never been to Guatemala, let me tell you, get to Antigua. It's absolutely beautiful and safe. It's interesting that the two cases, the brothers weren't sexpats tourists, but were very serious, stable, and came to do business and improve their lives. That might have been a problem for somebody. True. You know, some people don't like to see you doing better, especially when you move into their neighborhood. You know, I get that. Citizen 4, Heidi getting a tattoo of Mr. Reed seemed very strange. They were together for a short period of time. Yeah. Okay. Let me ask this question. Anybody? Okay. First of all, anybody have a tattoo of the person that they're dating? That's the first question. And then my next question is, how long were you dating that person before you put a tattoo on? Okay. And all the way up here, JoJo, you know, Tammy, who you know. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to leave it alone. So when I get grief afterwards, remember I'm trying to leave it alone. I'm trying. The embassy is not going to help unless the American government gets involved. Well, that's how it works. They're under the Department of State, and until the representatives. And again, I truly believe that one phone call from even a staffer of a congressman or a senator. And some of these senators hold weight. It's happened. Senator Leahy did something for somebody and made a phone call for somebody and reversed everything in Ecuador. All it takes is that one person to call. Okay, J Love, who's one of our regulars, he's from Colombia. He says, my deepest condolences for the Reed family. Colombian justice is a very corrupt system. He's from there. Thanks, Jay. Okay, Didi Jolie. If I say things wrong, some of the names, you know, just like people can't say dcbornrob. I have people, I get in an Uber and they go, just the book, they think I'm African. I got too many consonants. Exactly. Okay. Okay, I'm in the States now, but I have my teeth cleaned at the end of June down the street from where it happened. The place looked closed. I guess you're saying closed, yeah. Yeah, I was told that the restaurant had closed up. Okay. I just understand how Timothy went down to Colombia to start a new life with his wife in the U.S. There's prior history there too. And you know, he just wanted to live his dream. His dream was to live in Colombia and own his own business, and wanted to show you how it could be done. And he took you through it step by step. That's what really touched me, because I said, you know, I grew up in the restaurant industry, and I always wanted my own restaurant until I got old. I was like, nah, that's too much. That's too much. But he thought he could do it in another country. He had the money for it. And he had his recipes, and he was going to merge that with recipes from Colombia. He had a dream, and he made it happen. He did it. And so you can't also
to comment also where he said left his wife in U.S. Tim and I were divorced. Our kids are grown. They're adults now. That's why he wanted to move. He's always wanted to move. And prior to moving to Colombia, he stayed in Panama for 2.5 years. And he came back here to the States for maybe, 6 months, TJ, to a year. Then that's when he decided then he's going to go to Colombia, because he felt that he could do better in Colombia than in Panama. So no, he didn't just leave me. I'm his ex-wife.
I don't think that's what this is saying, is it?
He said leave his wife in U.S. and he started a new life. But that's the life he wanted. He wanted to be there, over there. So, yeah, and he didn't leave until, like I say, even though we've been divorced 9 years, the boys were grown. TJ had already graduated from high school, college. He was on his own. The oldest one just graduated from college this past May, and the youngest one, this was his first year in college. So he didn't just leave, while they were still young and what have you. They were grown when he decided to make that move. So
exactly. He did everything he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's what friends do. So I don't think that's what this comment means, though. He went there to start a life with his new wife there, but that wasn't his wife. And who knows? It could have been somebody else. We know. So, Now, W. Cole says it's good to hear that the sons are going down to check out what's going on local. I don't believe they are. You're not going down there, Tim, are you?
No.
And
Yeah.
personally, I wouldn't recommend it. I know you're not going, Veronica,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the
No.
other two boys aren't.
The boys aren't either. No, they're
No,
not going down. They're just going to sign paperwork, So I was just glad that they did not have to go there to do
Yeah.
it, that they could, go to the consulate here in the States. So, yeah.
Yeah, because truly the only way I'd move around in Barranquilla right now would be with security and no one knowing when I was going to pop up in town. I would just show up, do it, and leave. I wouldn't say, yeah. It would make, I don't see it making any sense to go to that area during the middle of all of this. After all this has been stirred up, the people are still there. When this first happened, supposedly a key was lost. Yet a key to the front door. Yet she's still living in that place. That's a whole nother thing too. Okay.
Right. And they know our faces now, so no, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. No. There's no need to. There's no need to when you got the internet. Why go down? My best wishes for justice for a man who lived his dream, gave it all a true inspiration. There you go. Thank you. I went to El Salvador a couple of weeks ago, and I was on a piece of property, and I can remember his dream, and I can remember the brothers going to Ecuador and living out their dream. And I said, this is it. I found my land. I said, I know how they feel. I know how they feel when they say they see their dream right in front of them and see that it's easy to obtain. They did what they could. Okay. New York Marine, Luis says, I feel that the Reed family will eventually find justice if successful in acquiring. Yes, they will. They will. Remember, you can't lose if you don't quit, and I don't see them as quitters. So this was a question that we brought up earlier. Does the family plan to sell the property? You guys want to answer that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. There's no need in keeping it. They're not going to go down, so they're surely not going to live there and not going to manage it. That wouldn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, he wasn't married in the States. No, he wasn't married. Big Red says, and I'm going to get through a few more of these and I'll end it and leave it at whatever you want to comment on, guys. I just wanted to bring most people up to speed as best we could because I get the question every day. So, but it doesn't matter. 2 weeks from now, they're going to be saying, this video is old. Why you keep showing that video? So this place is so corrupt. The police are corrupt. You will never get any kind of response. You may be right from the police department. All it takes, again, is somebody from our government to make a phone call there to believe. There'll be stuff. We fund a lot of countries. We send money all over this world. We take a lot from around this world, too. That's why we give them money. Marie says, if successful acquiring the property, does the family have plans to do something with it? No, they're going to sell it. I'll answer that for you. The opinion. Okay, yeah. I think the boys are going to the consulate in Georgia, not Colombia. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Pat says he was a true light in this world. I agree. When I sometimes I look at you, I've seen so many videos of Timothy Sr. When I look at you, Tim, I see him because, man, you look just like him. So it's kind of cool to see him in you.
Thank you.
And I can tell you have that same spirit too, man. You could just tell from watching the videos he was a good guy. This is so unfortunate, man, on so many levels. You have to have a liaison in Colombia. King says, I could forfeit the sale and get his money back. Can Heidi be charged for using his credit cards or withdrawing money from his bank account? That's a good question because we know what bank he was at. He was at Barranquilla Colombia. I'm going to tell you how good O is, the guy that's helping me. Timothy was outside of a bank there, which we can see is Barranquilla Colombia. Bank Colombia. And he said, I just got to open up my checking account. He was in a good mood. Anyway, they have, I don't know, hundreds of branches. found the branch he was at. He sent me pictures. Look, here's where the camera is over sitting off to the side. Here's where you can see this tree. I'm like, oh my God, how did you find that? Are you serious? He found the branch. And then we knew that he had spoken to a young lady there, Jennifer, something, I forget her name. He is good. So to have him on our side is invaluable. Let me tell you, I couldn't do it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know how he does. What's the guy that's running around the world that can't go back to the U.S.? Snowden. Is it Snowden or what's the other guy? It's two guys. Really, really smart analysts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's sneaking any paperwork or anything, but he's that good. He's just ahead of his time. He's a sharp guy. Okay. Let's see. Okay. As Rob say, keep the focus and making the noise to the Colombian embassy. She has some nerves. Yeah, she got more than nerves. I'll find out more about the pack. Do that. Any assistance, anybody, again, I'm seriously thinking of initiating. I can't say I'm starting it because I can't do something like that by myself, but finding out all the information that it takes to start a PAC, a political action committee, because we know that politicians work for that money. Well, really, they work for their current money and then getting reelected. So if we have $5, $6, $7, $10, $15,000 that we can give them, then we can have them look out for travelers on our behalf. Okay, and that's my goal. If I were to start it, it would be something that have to do with travelers who go abroad, Americans who go abroad, and find themselves in a circumstance where they need help. Already, we've had two people held at that we are aware of. Two people held at the Cartagena airport, sent home the next day for no reason. When all it could take is a phone call from a staffer to snap that up real quick. They both worked out. If you saw those stories, they worked out. They got released. First time a guy, the second time a girl. Okay, yeah. The opinionator says he's going to help me find out some stuff. Much appreciated, opinionated. Keep the pressure on the pack as a plan, something to push for in his honor. Amen. Amen to that. Black American Expat Radio says, indeed, keep applying the pressure. I'm almost at the end too. Anybody have any comments? Pop them up because I'm going to wind down now. Pat Vega says, you have stood up for a man who was going for his dream. You're a true friend. Excellent. Thank you so much, Pat. Appreciate your support. Appreciate everybody's support that's out there because I couldn't do this without you. If you're not watching, it serves no purpose. I had a small platform. Why not use it for something that's right? Okay, I think they should get a lawyer to represent them. It's going to be hard with the embassies. They don't help much. Yeah, buddy, they don't. If the Colombian government wants U.S. tourism and investment to grow, they have to provide better support. That's true. You know, I think if the right person here made a phone call to the tourism board there, even before the chief of police and the mayor, the tourism board is national. And I think that would shake something up right there because the right amount of money can change things that way and can really hurt them. I'm not saying we should threaten them with that, but our government can make a phone call. Let them make the threat. I don't have to make the threat. Luis says, Newt Marie says, the American embassy will never help out. The only time they will make an effort is if somebody is a celebrity or high income. It's unfortunate. Agreed. Has there been any assistance from Congress? Has your congressman, I forgot, what's your congressman's name? You were in like an area that had 2 or 3 listed. I know when we looked it up, but one.
Yeah, I received a response from one, saying, thank you. He got the information and that they will be in touch. So I hadn't heard anything from any of that. We did get something, a few months back from Reverend Warnock, and his assistant has called over there twice to the embassy, but they give him the runaround as well. And he'll send me an email saying that they tried to get information, but their claim that they didn't have this or they didn't have it. And he'll remind them that they do have a release letter, with their names on it, but they don't give them any information. So it's been about two congressmen that have reached back, and said that they were going to try to help. And then I think it was another one. He may have been from New Jersey and New York. I think you know about him.
Okay, Imam and Reverend Conrad. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, they're trying.
So and I think what's his name, Charles, the staffer for Warnock.
Yes, Charles Spray, I believe it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seemed, especially in the beginning, he responded to me anyway, and he says we can do this and we can do. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of calls. We're working on it, but I haven't heard from him personally. So I just want to see if you have been speaking to him. Okay, exactly. Tu tranquilo. Yeah, too calm, mellow. Tranquilo means calm down. The American government will help Americans strengthen in other countries during turmoil, but they do it because everyone in the U.S. is watching. True.
Mm-hmm.
True. So, and that's why we need somebody. Again, I'm telling you guys who are watching, there's 159 people right here. Some of you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. I mean, we're all just a few degrees of separation from somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who is a reporter, somebody who, like, somebody joked to me, you joking about knowing Anderson Cooper. Well, first of all, he's just a guy, but still, I'll guarantee you that 6 degrees or somewhere from here, somebody knows him. Anybody have LinkedIn? If you have LinkedIn, you can see you're like 3rd removed, 6th removed from that person. The 2nd removed, you're 2 people away from that person. Wow, I didn't know I was that close to this guy. But some of you guys can truly help out. Okay, Real Jet Set Brett says, I'm pretty involved in the political realm and can help out with the direction of starting a PAC. Please, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Any assistance is greatly appreciated. Honestly, it seems as though only cases that garner intense media are those that make things happen. Agreed. Richard's World, welcome, sir. The U.S. can't control itself, and the Colombian government can't control itself. Trying to get Iowa, IAWA? Not sure I know what that is, Richard. But thanks for joining us, Richard. Man, yeah, it's a struggle on both ends, really, and we're caught in the middle. And we just want to go and, there's people going today. If I go to the group right now, somebody will tell me they're headed there today. They're counting down the days before they can get to Colombia. So we're there en masse. I mean, my group's only about 450, 500 people. That's just my group. There's a bunch of groups. There's so many Facebook groups. There's so many people in Colombia, that Americans that are going to live there. And somebody sent me a video last week, somebody shooting up at a barbershop, killed a guy while he's cutting his hair, people running. One American got hit in the head, cut on his head. Somebody sent me the videos. I get people send me videos of some crazy stuff. It's going on in Colombia. Obviously, I can't show those videos. Not of, a serious crime. Write a letter to the White House. Keep sending them letters and letters. Don't give up. Maybe we should all help. Absolutely. Anybody. I've asked for assistance before, and you guys have stepped up and reached out to the congressman. I even gave a sample script, which you can send to him. And it was in the body of an email. If you go back and look at those, it shows you can take this and tweet, retweet. Again, I don't really know how to tweet, retweet. I'm still learning, but for you young cats, remember I'm 58. I'm not a tweet. I ain't grow up tweeting. So, but you're right. Sending letters sometimes actually works, because sending a letter, a certified letter where they have to sign for it. Now you know that congressman got it. Okay, send it to him. Now I think a congressman's staffers have the right to open their mail, but at least you know it got to their office. Okay, somebody had to sign for it. Jason says, Jason is one of my regular viewers too. Thanks for your support, Jason. It's a damn shame that you feel you need to pay the people who've been hired in office to serve you. I will not line the pockets of a politician to do their job. Unfortunately, bro.
Got to.
It's looking like that's the way the game is played, unless we can get them on another game somehow. And again, to sidestep all of that is to get it to a higher level of media.
Yeah.
Okay. If you take it to the media, then it puts the pressure on them. Well, now they have to do something.
Exactly.
Without getting paid. And they're probably not happy about it.
Yeah. That was going to be my closing remark myself. Like, we want to have to do all this if it was at a higher level of media. I feel like that's my biggest, I wouldn't say regret, but concern, not, moving forward to a higher level of media, or us going further. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I'm not going to keep you too much longer too because they keep popping up. I'm going to skim through a few of these. It's a shame we pay so much in taxes. Reached to fit the state as well. Great job bringing the forefront, Rob. Okay, Rich's World says U.S. government can't control itself, and the Colombian government can't control. Trying to do much with lawyers and making this more public is probably the only hope. So there's our other alternative again, getting it to the media, getting it to the media. Pat Vega, thank you again, sir, for your super chat. Thank you so much. Rich's World, what's up? That's true. Thanks for being there as a true friend. Says Pat Vega again. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it. Also, I may have missed it, but is there any update with the ex-fiance? Well, let me click on it. And as in, is she still living there? Timothy's burial, or who the actual owner of the property? So Timothy wanted to be buried there?
Yes.
Yeah. And so he was. Is there anything up on? She's still living in a property, as far as we know, not paying any rent. And she's probably, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say she's probably spending his money. You don't have to say it. I'll say it. Again, I'm thinking that he took more money down there. He did not just buy a property for $192,000 and that was it. He had no cash. That wouldn't be logical. And if anything else I can take from watching his videos, he was logical. He was methodical. And he knew what he wanted. And he went after it and did it. Okay, peace. Hope all works through. Opinionated, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. You guys are awesome. Please, the problem is everyone is corrupt. I can't, I can't go against that, can I? AO Zone, thank you, sir, for the $5 super chat. Black American X says, keep up the good work. Black American Expat Radio, if the government is helping transfer the property, this is a thing. They're not helping. The government is not helping with this. These are the attorneys and dealing directly with the prior owner.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Reed family's attorney.
Right.
Okay, never been, never will. When did Heidi say she was his common law wife? Well, in a recent correspondence, she's stating that if she doesn't get a piece of the property, that she is going to claim that she is married. Even though numerous times she said, I'm not married, I don't know anything. That's a whole nother story. So sad the government is selfish. Who got his phone? Well, since she's still answering the phone, I don't know if she's even still answering the phone. It may have been turned off. Yeah, won't go there. I get you. Let me skim through a few more before I let you guys go. New York Marine, thank you again so much for the super chat. King T, if Mr. Reed transferred his money from the U.S., there has to be a paper trail. Yes, we know what banks they were, and that's and someone also had seen him at I forget the name of the bank. It's an acronym, USBC or something like that. I just can't think of it right now. They'd seen him and he was having a struggle. He was there without Heidi, so he couldn't speak the language, and they noticed him. She was a big dude, had on a dashiki. And he was having a struggle, and the lady came behind, tried to help him and talk to him. So we know he was at another bank. Was that a side account? We don't know. But I'm just going to assume that he had other money. And Gil says, but you know about her, Rob. That's all that matters. I know, but I can't prove it. I would love to. Well, it's going to come to fruition. I mean, there's no way she's going to get away with this for so long. I don't like dirty people. I don't like dirty people. Okay. Did any of you see the video of the tarot card reader who explained her theory? No. Send me that if you have. I'd like to. I don't know. For what it's worth, why not? I'll listen to anybody. Just about anybody. Where did she get the money from since she is unemployed? There's another $1 million question right there. Celestial tarot readings with Sam Joe. Never heard of it. Send me the link though if you can. The opinionated, thanks. He'll check it out. Okay. Remember, everybody who's here, do me a favor, hit like on your way out, on your way in. The missing key of the story was the alibi was the money and property came up missing. She was planning to rob him all along, allegedly. Way to follow it up, King T. Say what you want to say, allegedly. I got that. Okay, thank you for everything. Who has the money? Okay, who has the money and ownership of the property? Still working to switch it over. The Reed family's attorneys are working with the prior owner's attorneys to switch it over to the kid's name. Black American Expat Radio says, salute to the Reed family and thanks for the update. Yeah, thank you guys so much for jumping on. I know this was short notice too, so for you guys to even jump on is much appreciated. Again, number one question I get every day is repetitive question. Can you give us an update? Can you give us an update? DC Rob, glad to see you. I heard Barranquilla is like Southeast DC. To the family, Godspeed. Karma and God is always in control. Amen. Amen. Southeast used to be rough it's in DC. Assange. Was it Julian Assange? Okay, that's the name I was trying to think of. I said, oh, is that sharp, just a bright analyst that just like, he pulled some stuff. And I told Catherine we were in Greece or something. I said, he's so good. If I texted him right now and said, my left leg was hurting, he would say, turn left on the corner. There's a store right there that sells boots for you. I mean, he's that sharp. I don't know how he does it. He's like, oh, I know where you are. I see where you are. Okay, turn to the right. Almost like some 007 type stuff. Black American Expert Radio. You know, Veronica, this man is sharp. This man is sharp. And the work that he's still doing on the brother's behalf, too, is amazing. Yes, you can definitely see the father through the son. Yeah, same features and expressions. Stay strong and continue to fight for your father. I know he is smiling down on you. Absolutely. And again, thank you again for Julian Assange. Julian Assange. Yeah, you guys got it. Okay. Somebody does hashtag. Okay, I got to show this one. Hashtag arrest Heidi. Don't let her get away with this. Stay strong and good work, DC Rob. Thank you, sir. Thank you. They won't. Let's call these people out with names. I personally might not show some Leon that makes some noise. I will try. For everybody who thinks that they know somebody or know somebody to know somebody, or even, especially even before governmental, somebody in the press, because the press can lean on the media. So if anybody who is out here who is watching out of 149 people that know somebody in a small newspaper, it doesn't have to be a big one, a small newspaper will take it to the big one. If you watch MSNBC, CNN, when somebody, a news story is broken, they took it from a smaller news source. So by all means, go to your local news media and ask them. I've sent the emails. I've reached out. I still need to do more, though. I lived in San Andreas for 6 years. I can't reach you to get firsthand. What? Can't get firsthand info on the woman. I can reach out to get firsthand info. We already know she's dirty. Appreciate it, John. Send me what you can. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Let me right quick before I jump out. Make sure for the GoFundMe, it is the Timothy Reed Senior Memorial Fund. There's also a link for it too. I'll make sure it's in the body of this, in the description of this video, as well as all my other videos. It's there too. Please hit the like button up on your way out. Okay, guys, I'm gonna arrest Heidi. Okay, what's her full name? Oh, dude, I can't say that here. Julian Assange. Okay, he's a criminal. Well, I don't know about that. I'm not saying my guy's a criminal. I'm saying he's smart and sharp, and he's helping us out to the benefit of both families. So thank you, Tim Jr. Thank you, for Veronica, for jumping on for me this evening. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Anybody who can assist taking this to the media, we really appreciate it. Did you guys want to leave with one message on the way out?
Like I said earlier, I just wanted us to get to this next level because it would definitely put pressure on the government to not sit on their, so yeah, for sure.
We know. Okay, Veronica?
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all of those that are still following this story, that's keeping in contact with you. Thank you so much for all your help. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all my viewers for all of your concern, for all of your reach backs. Hey, where's the update? Where's the update? Where's the info? Some things we couldn't share. So bear with us on this. We will still stay on top of it. Somebody says, where's it? It says, we need this story on Instagram. We need you to help take this story to Instagram. and that says King T. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end it here. We'll talk soon. Veronica, we'll hop on with Owen and myself. We'll talk soon. Okay, Tim.
Okay.
Stay strong, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Tell the other boys I said hey too.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Good night.
All right, night, Rob.